Hey there, creepy peeps. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you're returning. And apparently I was just trying to mentally destroy myself at the end of this month with this movie review. So if you want more masochistic content, subscribe. Before I get too far into this, I want to say thank you to my creepy patron peeps for supporting my channel. Thank you guys so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. So I definitely need to give a content warning for this video. I normally try and like not spoil things too much unless I feel like I actually have to, but the plot of this movie, like there's no way I can't talk about certain aspects of this movie because it makes up the entire movie. So it involves abuse, torture, and sexual assault. So if any of those topics are triggering to you, please don't watch this video. Directed by Gregory Wilson, The Girl Next Door follows the unspeakable torture and abuses committed on a teenage girl in the care of her aunt and the boy who witnesses and fails to report the crime. This was a really tough movie to get through. It starts off just being creepy, and then it very quickly dives right in. You immediately know something is off with Ruth. Like, to me, she felt very predatory at first, and I thought maybe that's where it was gonna go, but she's also very clearly manipulative and abusive. But once Meg is taken to the basement, and that happens fairly early on, it gets even worse. So at first, when the movie was just getting started, I was kind of feeling like the movie was maybe a little bit about, and I guess you could still interpret it this way to an extent, about the experiences of like females and feminine presenting peoples like in society. Men are taught that they are weaker, that women are weaker, and it's okay to put them in their place, which is legitimately a conversation Davey has with his dad in the movie. Like simultaneously saying it's okay to knock a woman around, you know, if you get frustrated or annoyed once in a while, but also you should never hit women. It's a very bizarre conversation. And other women, of course, being pitted against each other by victim blaming and slut shaming. But then I realized that this movie is just a story about something horrible that actually happened to a teenage girl. Well, I guess the movie technically is based on the book by Jack Ketchum, which was based on this true story. So the movie is based on the story of Sylvia Likens, I don't know if that's how you say her last name, who was horribly tortured and abused by her caretakers in the span of about 3 months before her death on October 26th of 1965. She was just 16 years old. You can look up her story if you want to know more. It's a very hard story to read about, so I will also give a content warning if you decide to like look into her story. Awful what happened to that poor girl. My biggest problem with the movie, though, knowing this was based on truth, is that I feel like there was no real setup for the neighborhood, like kids and Ruth. Like the setup is like also while she is abusing Meg and her sister. We jump right into it, you know, with Meg and her sister just arriving like in the neighborhood, and the girls, like I said, are already being abused even before Meg is taken to the basement, and those scenes take up most of the movie. The film is centered around Davey. It's through his point of view, who becomes friends with Meg and is disturbed by like the abuse he witnesses, but he also fails to do anything about it until it's too late. The vast majority of this movie is just a lot of torture and abuse and sexual assault and Davey being upset by it. That's the content of the movie. And then it just ends with an older Davey like reflecting on this. Like this is kind of told in flashback. He's just like reflecting on what happened, and by reflecting I mean staring meaningfully into a body of water, and then the movie ends. It isn't an enjoyable watch or even a rewarding watch, in my opinion. It's like the filmmakers were like, here's this awful thing that happened. Here's the story about this teenage girl who was tortured, raped, and then dies. And that's why I'm gonna rate this a 1.5 out of 5. Like, I feel like this movie was just like a test of endurance and nothing more. Like, I honestly think a documentary about this true story would have been better. On IMDb, that has a 6.6 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, that has a 67% critic score and a 61% audience score. And on Letterboxd, it has a 3 out of 5. So if you've seen The Girl Next Door, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. I will see you tomorrow with another new video. Until then, stay strange. Bye.